Greetings! Welcome back to the Green Garden Guys Lava and Garden Show. There hasn't been too many changes in the eruption here. Things are still pretty much continuing as they were. We still have fissure number 8 and then a few of the smaller fissures going, and everything is running to the ocean. So far it's not flooding out anywhere else. So once it created this beautiful pipeline running from fissure number 8 straight out to what was Kapoho Bay, it's continuing that way. Now this does resemble Pu'u'o'o that took out Kalapana, and that one ran since the 1980s, 1983. It just stopped this year when this started. So I'm just going to make a guess. This is the new Pu'u, folks, because fissure number 8 is now over 100 feet high. And the river of lava coming out of it is moving like rapids in a river. Oh my goodness, it's just amazing. We're opening up here for some sort of high-tech lava kayaking. The latest sport! Asbestos bottom kayaks. It's wild, it really is. So it looks like we're getting a shift, because now when we go up here on the mountain in the park, the national park is a mess. I don't know when the darn thing is ever going to open back up again. It's really sad for not only me but everybody else, because this was the #1 most visited spot in all of Hawaii. And the most popular spot in the park was at the museum with the overlook over Halema'uma'u. Well, they figure the museum and the overlook is probably permanently destroyed. They will probably not be able to rebuild it in that spot, or at least reopen it. The cracks, it's just all broken up. The foundation's breaking. The overlook over the volcano is breaking up. Right now there's nothing to see but ash eruptions. We used to go up there and watch for a lava lake to show, and that doesn't look like it's coming back anytime soon. The series of earthquakes, one after another, after another, after another, after another, that are happening right tight around the caldera. They're mostly between 2s and 5 magnitude. We feel a few of them occasionally here. Not much, but we do kind of daily get some little shakes. If you're paying attention, things move. Ellen notices in my studio that the guitars will swing when the mountain erupts. Seismic guitar studio. It's just that periodically the thing will just go boom like that and throw ash and rock out, and go back and sit down, and then do it again, and then do it again. It's definitely not a tourist attraction at the moment, because you don't want to be anywhere near it when it does that. The caldera has been continuing to collapse in on itself. Last I heard, it was 1,000 feet deep. That's nothing like I ever saw there. That's amazing. So you're getting this huge pit in the middle, and all the sidewalls are falling in on it. The town of Volcano. The town of Volcano was positioned directly on the edge of the national park, right near the Kilauea summit. And the town was a very popular tourist destination. It had a lot of business, and because of this, it was probably some of the highest priced real estate in all of Puna. That's says a lot for it, being that it was up around 4,000 feet, and you got to burn a wood stove in the winter. It's not typical Hawaii weather, But a lot of people lived up there, and so much bed and breakfast, and rooms to rent, vacation cottages, and then some really nice restaurants too, to service people visiting the park. They're all struggling. Everything is struggling. We hope that they will be able to survive this, but we have no idea how long it's going to go on. As long as the park's closed, the town of Volcano is dead. They say occupancy up there, last count, had dropped to only 20% of what it was this time last year. The air has been pretty bad up there too. I don't like going up anymore. Usually the volcano side of Kilauea was good air, because the trade winds would push it. But this new vent that's opened down in southeastern Puna is sweeping air into that town, and so it doesn't have the same air quality it used to either. It's a sad thing, and we'll see what happens, but Travel to the Big Island has dropped off on the airlines between 10 and 20%, depending on which day you look at. It goes up and down, probably averages around a 15% drop off. Travel to the east side of the island, because of the closure of the park, has really dropped off. You know, and it's kind of a sad thing because the tourists are still kind of going into Kona, but Kona has got the foulest air sometimes now with all this. It's not a place I'd want to go on vacation. Hilo actually has the good air, and so it's the side of the island where the eruptions are occurring is where the best conditions exist. North of the eruptions, up towards Hilo and Hamakua, the western side, which is still getting tourism, has really been very foul lately. So if you're making plans and you're thinking you want to be safe by going only to Kona, I highly recommend you spend some time here in Honoka'a or in Hilo or some other place too, just so you can get some air. So that's going on. We're going to need a brand new map of the state, because what was Kapoho Bay and the tide pools, well, that is now filled in with such an amount of lava. I don't recall how many acres right now, but it's huge. It's completely changed the shape of the state in the southeastern corner. All that new land, though, belongs to the state, folks. So if you were thinking on running out there and staking a claim, no luck. No luck. No, it's state land. It'll be the next recreational park that they'll open up that we have to close. Lava Trees was one of the parks right down there in that area. I guess it's still there. That was where there were lava mold casts of trees from a previous eruption. Popular destination. It was easy to get to right outside of Pahoa. I guess the park's still there. It did not get overrun, but a lot of damage. A lot of damage, I guess, from quake. Bathrooms are broken and stuff like that. We're taking it pretty hard. It's not been good, and it's spreading. It's getting worse. The economic issues related to this are really pretty much spreading across the entire island. They're really hitting the eastern side of the island now. My business here on the farm does not directly relate to tourists, although tourists were definitely one of the contributions into this, and I'm noticing it. But it's also slowed down the entire economy. Everybody's uncertain, you know, hours have been cut back because there's less tourists and so on. So it's indirectly affecting us too. I had to run a plant sale over the last weekend where I cleared out the nursery at half off. So, speaking of that, let's go on out and have a look and see how things are doing in the garden. Well, the pepper plants and the marigolds I put in here between the papayas the other day seem to be doing just fine. Don't see any damage or problems at all. The wind blew the pepper there a little bit, put a curve in them, but that doesn't hurt a thing. Yeah, looking good. You know, gardening is like 80% walking around and observing. That's really what it takes for a good garden. So check in on that stuff. See how it's doing. That's the best thing to do. I've been growing sunflowers for decades and decades. I mean, they just go back to my childhood. And I've grown them in almost every place I've ever lived. But this sunflower right here is the first sunflower I've grown in Hawaii. I had kind of forgotten about them after moving here. I guess I was just too busy with other more important things. And anyway, I had some black oilseed sunflower from birdseed start sprouting on the table, and so I stuck it all in pots, and they're all coming around and blooming nice. Now this is not a one of the more ornamental. This is a multi-head with black seeds, good for bird food. It's also good for human oil. Anyway, it's got me inspired. I'm going back to the giant Russians, and I'm going to go back to especially the colored sunflowers. There's so many beautiful cut and colored sunflowers. They appear to grow really well here. Sunflower seed, of course, is good food for everyone. The cone I put in the other day with the sweet potatoes seems to be doing just fine, so it's real happy. Eggplant's looking good. I see a little bit of flower coming. That's a good thing. The lima bean's way happy. That's a pretty good crop of pods there. There's a gorgeous little amaranth called Love Lies Bleeding. Lady that gave me the rain-proof mango seeds dropped that by here the other day. I hadn't grown with these in years. That's an old-time grandma garden flower. And the sweet corn is looking fat, fluffy, and happy. Love my sweet corn. And I see the popcorn over there is also looking really good. She's starting to ripen just a little bit. We're seeing the browning on some of the silk. Yeah, and across the weekend, I put an ad out on Craigslist that the green garden guy was selling his plants for half price. I got quite a bit of response on it, and we cleared some holes here in the table. I got spaces I see right over there. Sold out almost all the vanilla orchids. They're about gone. Of all things, I sold out all my mint. You never know what's going to go. You really don't ever know. Also sold out a lot of blackberry plants. And the grapes are gone. I have to propagate grapes, so I have some work to do. But I still got a lot of stock here that's getting large. You know, anybody here on the island needs, you know, fruit trees, coffee plants, cacao, you name it, herbs, all sort of different stuff. We got a lot of stuff here yet. There's some beautiful black sapote right there. I've got some nice sweet basil, great Kona coffee, chacha trees, papayas, loquats, ice cream beans, roselle, grumichamas, Suriname cherries, rolinias, soursops, lilycoy, lemongrass, cacao, dragon fruits, Katura coffee, blah, 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 blah. We got it all. Still a whole lot of stuff here. I've been moving it down from up above. I still have more work to do today. I'm going to have to shift stuff. But it was fairly successful. People remembered I'm still alive. A few people showed up thinking, oh my God, the green garden guy's going out of business. I better get there. It's not true. I'm not going out of business. Business just been slow. Plants are getting big. Haven't been as much rain. I'm tired of watering them. I want to get the stuff out of here and start with small stuff again. So you have the lava and garden report for today. Looks like it's going to rain most of the day. I'm probably going to find some sort of an indoor task. Aloha. Y'all have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching.